Let fame, that all hunt after in their lives, live registered upon our brazen tombs, and grace us in the disgrace of death. Brave conquerors that war against the world's affections and your own desires, thus shall our edict strongly stand in force. Navarre shall be the wonder of the world, our court, a little academy, still and contemplative in living art. You three, my fellow scholars, Biron, Dumaine and Longueville, have sworn to live with me for 3 years' term and keep those statutes recorded in this schedule here. Your oaths are passed, and now subscribe your names, that his own hand may strike his honour down that violates the smallest branch herein. You are armed to do as sworn to do, and now subscribe to your deep oaths, and keep them too.
I am resolved. 'Tis but a 3 years fast. The mind shall banquet, though the body pine.
My loving lord, Domaine is mortified. The grosser manner of these world's delights he throws upon the gross world's baser slaves. To love, to wealth, to pomp, I pine and die with all these living in philosophy.
That is, to live and study here 3 years. But there are other strict observances. Not to see a lady within that term, which I hope is not enrolled there. And 1 day a week to touch no food, which I hope is not enrolled there. These are barren tasks, too hard to keep. Not to see ladies, to study fast, and not to sleep.
Your oaths are passed to pass away from these.
Let me say no, my liege, if you please. I swore only to stay here in your court for 3 years.
You swore to that, Biron, and to the rest.
Then, sir, I swore in jest. What is the end of study? Let me know.
Why, that to know. Which else we should not know.
Things hid and barred, you mean, from common sense?
Aye, that is study's godlike recompense.
Then I will swear to study so, to know the things I am forbid to know, to study where I may well dine, or to study where to meet some mistress fine. If study's gain be thus, and this be so, swear to me this, and I will ne'er say no.
These be the stops that hinder study quite, and train the intellects to vain delight.
Why, all delights are vain, but that most vain. Study me how to please the eye, by fixing it upon a fairer eye. That eye shall be his heed, and show him the light that it was blinded by. Study is like heaven's glorious sun, that will not be deep searched with saucy looks. Little have continual plotters won from others' books.
How well he's read. To reason against reading.
Proceeded well to stop all good proceeding.
He weeds the corn and still lets grow the weeding.
Spring is near, when the green geese are a-breeding.
Biron is like the envious sneaping frost that bites the firstborn infants of the spring.
Well, say I am. Why should proud summer boast before the birds have any cause to sing?
Well, sit you out, Biron. Go home. Adieu.
No, my good lord. I will swear to study so. I'll keep what I have sworn, and bide the penance of each 3 years' day. Give me the paper. I will read the same.
How well this yielding rescues thee from shame.
Item, that no woman shall come within a mile of my court. Hath this been proclaimed?
4 days ago.
Let's see the penalty. On pain of losing her tongue. Who devised this penalty?
Marry, that did I.
Sweet Lord, and why?
To fright them hence with that dread penalty.
A dangerous law against gentility. If any man be seen to talk with a woman within the term of 3 years, he shall endure such public shame as to the rest of the court can possibly devise. This article, my liege, you yourself must break. For well you know the French king's daughter, a maid of complete grace and majesty, comes to talk with you.
Aye, about the surrender up of Aquitaine to her decrepit, sick and bedrid father. Therefore, this article was made in vain, or vainly comes the admired princess hither.
What say you, lords? This was quite forgot.
So study evermore is overshot.
We must enforce, dispense with this decree. She must lie here on mere necessity.
Necessity will make us all forsworn 3,000 times within this 3 years' space. For every man with his effects is born, mastered not by might, but by special grace. If I break faith, this word shall speak for me too, for I am forsworn on mere necessity. So to the laws at large, I write my name. And he that breaks them in the least degree shall stand an attainder of eternal shame. Although I seem so loathed, I believe that I am the last that will last keep his oath. But, is there no quick recreation granted?
Aye, that there is. Our court, you know, hath a refined traveller of Spain, with a mint of phrases in his brain. His own vain tongue doth ravish like enchanted harmony. I know not how you delight, my lords, but I protest I love to hear him lie. And I shall use him for my minstrelsy.
A man of fire, new words. Fashion's own knight.
Costard the swain, and he shall be our sport. And so to study 3 years is but short.
Which is the Duke's own person?
This fellow. What wouldst?
I myself reprehend his own person, for I am his Grace's Sabra, but I would see him in flesh and blood.
This is he.
There's villainy abroad. Signor, I commend you. This letter will tell you more.
Sir, the contempt thereof is touching me.
However low so the matter, I hope.
A letter from the magnificent Armado.
However low so the matter, I hope in heaven for high words.
A high hope for a low heaven. God grant us patience.
To listen or forbear laughing.
Will you hear this letter with attention?
As we would an oracle.
Great deputy, my soul's, earth's god, and body's fostering patron.
Not a word of Costard yet.
So it is.
It may be so, but if he say it is so, he is in telling true, but so.
Peace.
Be to me, and every man that dares not fight.
No words.
Of other men's secrets, I beseech you.
So it is. Besieged with sable-coloured melancholy, I did commend the black, oppressing humour to the most wholesome physic of thy health-giving air, and, as I am a gentleman, betook myself to walk. The time when, about the 6th hour, when beasts most graze, birds best peck, and men sit down to that nourishment which is called supper. So much for the time when. Now, for the ground which I walked upon, it is yclept thy park. Then, for the place where, I did encounter that obscene and preposterous event that draweth from my snow-white pen the even-coloured ink, which here thou viewest, beholdest, surveyest, or seest, but to the place where it standeth north-east by east from the west corner of thy curious knotted garden, there did I see that low-spirited swain, that base minnow of thy mirth,
Me?
That unlettered, small-knowing soul,
Me?
which, as I remember, hight costard,
Oh, me.
sorted and consorted, contrary to thy established proclaimed edict and continent canon, which with, but with this passion, to say wherewith,
With a wench.
with a child of our grandmother Eve, a female, or for thy more sweet understanding, a woman. Him I, as I ever esteem duty pricks me on, have sent to thee to receive the meed of thy punishment by thy sweet grace's officer, Anthony Dull, a man of good repute, carriage, bearing, and estimation.
And shall please you, I am Anthony Dull.
For Jacquinetta, so is the weaker vessel called, which I apprehended with the aforesaid swain. I keep her as a vessel of the law's fury, and shall, at the least of thy sweet notice, bring her to trial. Thine, in all compliments, of devoted, heart-burning heat of duty, Don Adriano di Armado.
This is not so well as I looked for, but the best I ever heard.
Sirrah, what say you to this?
Sir, I confess the wench.
Did you hear the proclamation?
I confess much of the hearing of it, little of the marking of it.
It was proclaimed a year's imprisonment to be taken with a wench.
I was taken with none, sir. I was taken with a damsel.
It was proclaimed damsel.
This was no damsel, neither, sir. She was a virgin.
Aye, and so it is varied. It was proclaimed virgin.
If it were, I deny her virginity. I was taken with a maid.
This maid will not serve your turn, sir.
This maid will serve my turn, sir.
I will pronounce your sentence. You shall fast a week on bran and water.
I had rather pray a month on mutton and porridge.
And Don Armado shall be your keeper. Go be wrong. See him delivered all. And go we lords to put into practice that which each to the other hath so strongly sworn.
I'll lay my head to any good man's hat. These oaths and laws will prove an idle scorn. Sirrah, come on.
I suffer for the truth, sir. For true it is, I was taken with Jacquinetta, and Jacquinetta is a true girl, and therefore welcome the sour cup of prosperity. prosperity. Affliction may one day smile again. Until then, sit thee down, sorrow.
Boy, what sign is it when a man of great spirit grows melancholy?
A great sign, sir, that he will look sad.
But sadness is one and the self-same thing, dear imp.
No, Lord, sir, no.
But how canst thou part sadness and melancholy, my tender juvenile?
By a familiar demonstration of working. Tough senior.
Why, tough senior? Why, tough senior?
Why tender juvenile? Why tender juvenile?
I spoke it, tender juvenile, as a congruent epitheton appertaining to thy young days, which we may call tender.
And I, tough senior, as an abundant title to your old time, which we may name tough.
Pretty and apt.
How mean you, sir? I pretty in my saying apt, or apt in my saying pretty?
Oh, thou pretty, because little,
Little pretty because little. Wherefore apt?
and therefore apt, because quick.
Speak you this in my praise, master?
I say thou art quick in answers. Thou heatest my blood.
I answered, sir.
I will hereupon confess I am in love. And as it is base for a soldier to love, I am in love with a base wench. If drawing my sword against the humour of affection would deliver me from the reprobate thought of it, I would take Desire prisoner and ransom him to any French courtier for a new devised courtesy. Oh boy, comfort me. What great men have been in love?
Hercules, master?
Oh, most sweet Hercules! Oh, more authority, dear boy, nay more, and sweet my child, let them be men of good report and carriage.
Samson, master. He was a man of good carriage, great carriage, for he carried the town gates on his back like a porter, and he was in love.
Ah, well knit Samson, strong jointed Samson. I do excel thee in my rapier, as much as thou didst me in carrying gates. I am in love too. Oh boy, I do love that country girl I took in the park with the rational hind costard. She deserves well.
To be whipped.
Oh boy, sing to me. My spirit grows heavy in love.
And that's great marvel, loving a light wench.
The Zeus wishes that she keep costard safe. You must suffer him no delight, no penance, but it must fast 3 days a week. As for this damsel, I must keep her at the park.
Oh, I do betray myself with blushing. Maid.
Man?
I will visit thee at the lodge.
That's hereby.
I know where it is situate.
Lord, how wise you are.
I will tell thee wonders.
With that face,
I love thee.
so I hear you say.
Oh, and so farewell.
Fair weather after you.
Come back now. Alright.
Villain! thou shalt fast for thy offences, and thou be pardoned.
Well, sir, I hope when I do it, I shall do it on a full stomach.
Take away this villain, shut him up.
Come, you transgressing slave, away!
Oh, let me not be pent up, sir. I will fast, being loose.
No, sir, that were fast and loose, thou shalt to prison.
Well, if ever I do see the merry days of desolation that I have seen, some shall see.
What shall some see?
Nay, nothing, Master Moth, but what they look upon. It is not for prisoners to be too silent in their words, and therefore I will say nothing. I thank God I have as little patience as another man, and therefore I can be quiet.
I do affect the very ground, which is base, where her shoe, which is baser, guided by her foot, which is basest, doth tread. I shall be forsworn if I love. Love is a familiar. Love is a devil. There is no evil angel but love. Yet was Samson so tempted, and he had an excellent strength. Yet was Solomon so seduced, and he had a very good wit. Hercules' butt shaft was too hard for Cupid's butt shaft was too hard for Hercules' club, and therefore too much odds for a Spaniard's rapier. Oh, adieu, Valor. Rost rapier, for your manager is in love. Oh, assist me, some extempore god of rhyme, for I am sure I shall turn sonnet, devise wit, write pen, for I am for whole volumes in folio.
Now, madam, summon up your dearest spirits. Consider who the king, your father, sends, to whom he sends, and what's his embassy. Be now as prodigal of all dear graces. Nature was in making graces dear when she did starve the general world beside, and prodigally gave them all to you.
Good boy, my beauty, though but mean, needs not the painted flourish of your praise. Beauty is bought by judgment of the eye, not uttered by base sale of chapmen's tongues. But now, to task the tasker, good boy, you are not ignorant. Fame doth noise abroad. Navarre hath made a vow, no woman may enter his silent court. It seemeth needful, before we enter his forbidden gates, to know his purpose, and in that we single you as our fair solicitor. Tell him the daughter of the King of France importunes personal conference with his grace. Haste signifies so much while we attend his will.
Proud of employment, willingly I go.
All pride is willing pride,
And yours is so.
Now, who are the votaries, my loving ladies, that are thou fellows with this virtuous duke?
Lord Longueville is one.
Know you the man?
Yes, madam. At a marriage feast, I saw this Longueville. A man of sovereign parts, he is esteemed, well fitted in arts, glorious in arms. Nothing becomes him ill that he would well, but the onyx soil to stain his fair virtue's gloss. If virtue's gloss was stained with any soil, as a sharp with match with too blunt a will.
Some merry mocking lord, is it so? Such short-lived wits do wither as they grow. Who are the rest?
The young Germain, a well-accomplished youth, of all that virtue loved for virtue loved. Most power to do most harm, least knowing ill, for he hath wit to make an ill shape good. Oh, and shape to engrace, so he had no wit. I saw him at the Duke Alencon's once, and much too little of that good I saw is my report to his great worthiness. Another of these students at the time was there with him, if I have heard a truth. Biron, they call him.
Biron.
But a merrier man, within the limit of becoming mirth, I never spent an hour's talk withal. His eye begets occasion for his wit, for every object that the one doth catch, the other turns to mirth-moving jest, which his fair tongue delivers in such apt and gracious words that aged ears play truant at his tales, and younger hearings are quite ravished.
God bless my ladies. Are they all in love that each their own hath garnished with such praise?
Here comes Boyer.
Now, what admittance, lord?
Navarre had notice of your fair approach, and he and his competitors in earth were all addressed to meet you, gentle lady, before I came. Marry, thus much I have learnt. He rather means to lodge you in the field, like one that comes here to besiege his court, then seek a dispensation for his oath, to let you enter his unpeopled house. Here comes Navarre.
Fair princess, welcome to the court of Navarre.
Fair, I give you back, and welcome I have not had yet. The roof of this court is too high to be yours, and the welcome to the wide fields too base to be mine.
You shall be welcome to my court, fair princess.
I shall be welcome. Conduct me thither.
Hear me, lady. I have sworn an oath.
Our Lady help my lord, he'll be forsworn.
Not for the world, by my will.
Why, will shall break it. Will and nothing else.
Your ladyship is ignorant what it is.
Were my lord so, his ignorance were wise, where now his knowledge must prove ignorance. I hear your grace hath sworn out housekeeping. 'Tis a deadly sin to keep that oath, and sin to break it. But, pardon me, I am too sudden bold. Vouchsafe to read the purpose of my coming, and resolve me in my suit.
Madam, I will, if suddenly I may.
You will, the sooner I were away, for you'll prove perjured if you make me stay.
Did not I dance with you in Brabant once?
Did not I dance with you in Brabant once?
I know you did.
Oh, how needless was it then to ask the question?
You must not be so quick.
'Tis long of you that spur me with such questions.
Your wit's too hot. Speed's too fast. 'Twill tire.
Not till it leave the rider in the mire.
What time of day?
Oh, the hour that fools should ask.
Now fair, befall your mask,
Oh, fair fall the face it covers.
and send you many lovers.
Amen. So you be none.
Nay, then I would be gone.
Madam, your father here doth intimate the payment of 100,000 crowns, being but the half of an entire sum disbursed by my father during his wars. There remains unpaid a further 100,000 more, in surety of which parts of Aquitaine are bound to us. If then the king your father were to repay but that one half, we would yield up our rights in Aquitaine. Why not his reasons so far from reasons yielding? Your fair self should yield, and go well satisfied to France again.
You do the king, my father, much wrong, and wrong the reputation of your name in so unseeming to confess payment of that which hath so faithfully been paid.
I do protest, I never heard of it. And if you prove it, I'll repay it back. Or yield up Aquitaine.
We arrest you at your word. Boyer can provide acquittances of such a sum.
Satisfy me, sir.
So please, your grace. The packet is not come where that and other specialties abound. Tomorrow you shall have sight of them.
It shall suffice me. At which interview I will yield unto reason. In the meantime, you may receive such honour at my hand as may be tendered to thy true worthiness. You may not come, fair princess, in my gates, but here, without, you shall be so received as to deem yourself lodged in my heart. Excuse me. And farewell. Tomorrow we shall visit you again.
Sweet health and fair desires consort your grace.
My own wish I thee. In every place.
Lady, I will commend you to mine own heart.
Oh, pray you, do my commendations. I would be glad to see it.
Would that you heard it groan.
Oh, is the fool sick?
Sick at the heart.
Oh, alack, let it blood.
Would that do it good?
My physic says, I.
Would you prick it with your eye?
No point. With my knife.
God save thy life.
And yours, from long living.
I cannot say thanksgiving.
Sir, I pray you, a word. What lady is that saying?
An heir of Alencon. Catherine is her name.
A gallant lady. Fairly well.
What is she in the white?
A woman, sometimes, and you saw her in the light.
Perchance light, in the light. I desire her name.
She hath but one for herself, and to desire that were a shame.
Pray you, sir, whose daughter?
Her mother's, I have heard.
God's blessing on your beard.
Good sir, be not offended. She is an heir of Falconbridge.
Nay, my choler is ended. She is a most sweet lady.
Not unlike, sir, that may be.
What is her name in the cap?
Rosaline, my good hap.
Is she wet or no?
To her will, sir, or so.
You're welcome, sir. Adieu.
Farewell to me, sir. Welcome to you.
Master's beer on. Merry madcap lord. Not a word with him, but a jest.
Oh, and every jest but a word. It was good of you to take him at his word.
I was as willing to grapple as he was to board. If my observation, which very seldom lies by the heart still rhetoric disclosed with eyes, deceive me not now. Navarre is infected.
With what?
To which that we lovers entitle affected.
Your reason.
Why, all his behaviours did make their retire to the court of his eye, peeping through desire. His heart, like an agate, with your print impressed. Proud in his form, in his eye pride expressed. His tongue, impatient to speak and not see, did stumble in haste in his eyesight to be. All senses to that sense did make their repair, to feel only looking on the fairest of fair. I'll give you Aquitaine and all that is his, if you give him for my sake but one loving kiss.
Come to our pavilion. Boyer is disposed.
But to speak that in words which I have disclosed. I only made a mouth of his eye by adding a tongue which I know will not lie.
Thou art an old love-monger, and speakest skilfully. He is Cupid's grandfather and learns news of it.
Do you not hear, my mad wenches?
No.
What then do you see?
Aye. Now way to be gone.
You are too hard for me.
Go, tenderness of years, take this key, give enlargement to the swain, bring him festinately hither, for I will employ him in a letter to my love.
Master, will you, when your love with the French brawl, a message well sympathized, a horse to be an ambassador for an ass?
Ha 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 ha! What sayest thou?
Marry, sir, you must bring the ass upon the horse, for it is very slow gaited. But I go.
Oh, the way is but short. Away!
As swift as lead, sir.
But is not lead dull and slow?
You were too swift, sir, to say so. Is that not lead which is fired from a gun? Thump, then I feed.
Oh, my herald is returned.
A wonder, master, he is costard broken in shin.
But tell me, how was there a costard broken in a shin?
I will tell you sensibly.
Thou hast no feeling of it, moth. I, costard, running out that was safe within, fell over the threshold and broke my shin.
Oh, sirrah costard, I will enfranchise thee.
Oh, marry me to one Francis?
Oh, bless my soul, I mean setting thee at liberty, and freedoming thy person. Thou wert immured, restrained, constricted, bound.
Aye, and now you will be my purgation and let me loose?
I give thee thy liberty, set thee from durance, and in lieu thereof require of thee nothing but this. Convey this significant to the country maid Jaconetta. There is remuneration. for the best word of my honour lies in rewarding my dependents. Moth, follow.
Like the seagull eye. Send your costard adieu.
Now will I look to his remuneration. Oh, remuneration. That's the Latin word for 3 farthings. 3 farthings, remuneration. What's the price of this inkle? Oh, 1 penny. No, I'll give you a remuneration. Why, it carries it. Remuneration is a fairer name than French crown. I will never buy and sell out of this word.
Ah, my good knave Costard. Exceedingly well met.
Pray you, sir, how much carnation ribbon may a man buy for a remuneration?
What is a remuneration?
Oh, marry, sir, halfpenny farthing.
Why then, 3 farthing worth of silk.
Thank you, worship. God be with you.
Stay, slave. I must employ thee.
When would you have it done, sir?
This afternoon.
I will do it, sir. Fare you well.
Stay, slave. Thou knowest not what it is.
I shall know it, sir, when I have done it.
Thou must know first. The princess comes to hunt here in the park, and in her train there is a gentle lady. When tongue speaks sweetly, they name her name. Rosaline they call her. Go to her, and to her hand commend this sealed up counsel. There is thy shilling. Go.
Shilling. Better than a remuneration. 11 pence farthing better. Oh, most sweet shilling. I will do it, sir, in print. Shilling. Remuneration.
And I, forsooth in love, I that have been love's whip, a critic, nay, a night's watch constable, domineering pedant o'er the boy. Cupid, regent of love rhymes, lord of folded arms, anointed sovereign of sighs and groans, liege of loiterers and malcontents, king of codpieces. Oh, my heart, my little heart, what I sue. I seek a wife, to watch for her, to pray for her. Go to. It is a plague that Cupid has imposed for my neglect of his almighty, dreadful, little might. Well, I will love, write, pray, sue, sigh, and groan. Some men must love my lady, and some Joan.
Was that the king that spurred his horse so hard?
I know not, but I think it was not he.
Whoe'er he was, he showed a mounting mind. Well, ladies, today we shall have our dispatch. On Saturday we will return to France. Now, Catherine, where is the bush that I must stand in and play the murderer?
Hereby, upon the edge of yonder coppice.
A stand where you may make the fairest shoot. I thank my beauty that I am fair that shoots, and thereupon thou speakest, the fairest shoot.
Pardon me, madam, for I meant not so.
What? What? First praise me and then say no? Oh, short-lived pride. Alack for woe, not fair. Oh!
Yes, madam, fair.
Nay, never praise me now, where fair is not. Praise cannot mend the brow.
Nothing but fair is that which you inherit.
See, my beauty shall be saved by merit. But come, the bow. Mercy goes to kill.
Here comes a member of the Commonwealth.
God dig you den all! Pray you, which is the head lady?
Oh, you should know her, fellow, by the ladies that have no heads.
Which is the greatest lady? The highest?
The thickest and the tallest.
The thickest and the tallest.
Mm-hmm.
It is so, true is true. And your waist, mistress, were as slender as my wit. One of these maids' girdles should for your waist be fit. Are you not the chief woman? You are the thickest here.
What is your will, sir? What is your will?
I have a letter from Monsieur Biron to one Lady Rosaline.
I am bound to serve you. This letter is mistook. It importeth none here. It is writ to Jacquinetta.
We shall read it. Break the neck of the wax and everyone give ear.
By heaven, that thou art fair is most infallible. True, that thou art beauteous. Truth itself, that thou art lovely.
More fairer than fair, beautiful than beauteous, truer than truth itself. Have commiseration on thy heroical vassal. The magnanimous and most illustrate King Cophetua set eye upon the pernicious Xenophon, and he it was that might rightly say, Veni, vidi, vici, which to anathemize in the vulgar, though base and obscure vulgar, videlicet.
He came, saw, and overcame.
Ooh.
He came one,
Mm-hmm.
saw two,
Mm-hmm.
overcame three. Who came? The king. Why did he come? To see. What did he see? To overcome. To whom came he? The beggar. What saw he? The beggar. Who overcame he? The beggar. The conclusion is victory. On whose side? The king's. The captive is enriched. On whose side? The beggar's. The catastrophe is nuptial. On whose side? The king's. No one both in one, or one in both. Shall I command thy love? I may. Shall I enforce thy love? I could. Shall I entreat thy love? I will. What shalt thou exchange for rags? Robes.
Ooh.
For tittles? Titles. Titles. For thyself. Me. Thus, expecting thy reply, I profane my lips on thy foot, my eyes on thy picture, and my heart on thy every part. Thine, in the dearest design of industry, Don Adriano Diamado.
What vein! What weathercock! Have you ever heard any better? I am much deceived, but I remember the style. This Amado is a Spaniard that keeps here in the court. A phantasme, a monarcho, and one that plays sport with the prince and his bookmates. Thou fellow, who gave thee this letter?
I told you, my lord.
And to whom shouldst thou give it?
From my lord to my lady.
From which lord to which lady?
From my lord Biron, a good master of mine, to a lady of France that he called Rosalie.
Thou hast mistook his letter. Come, ladies, away.
Very reverend sport, truly. And done with the testimony of a good conscience.
The deer was, as you know, sanguine, in blood, ripe as the pommy water. You now hangeth like a jewel in the ear of Kalo, the sky, and anon falleth like a crab on the face of terror, the soil, the land, the earth.
Truly, Master Hophanes, the epithets are sweetly varied. Like a scholar at the least, but I assure you, it was a buck of the first head.
Sir Nathaniel, hard credo.
'Twas not a hard credo, it was a pricket.
Oh, most barbarous intimation. And yet a kind of insinuation to show, as it were, his inclination after his undressed, unpolished, uneducated, unpruned, untrained, or rather unlearned, or rather rest, unconfirmed fashion, to insert again my hard credo for a deer.
I said 'twas not a hard credo, 'twas a deer, a pricket.
Twas hot simplicity. Oh, thou monster ignorance.
Sir, he hath never fed on the dainties that are bred in the book. He hath not eat paper, as it were. He hath not drunk ink. His intellect is not replenished. He is only an animal, only sensible in the parts.
You two are bookmen. Can you tell me by your wit what was but a month old at Cain's birth, which is not 5 weeks old as yet?
Dig Tinner, good man Dole. Dig Tinner, good man Dole.
What is Dixina?
As a title to Phoebe, to Luna, to the moon.
The moon was a month old when Adam was no more, and wrought not to 5 weeks when Adam came to 50. The allusion holds in the exchange.
Agreed. The collusion holds in the exchange.
God, comfort thy capacity. I say, the allusion holds in the exchange.
And I said the collusion holds in the exchange. For the moon is now but a month old. I say beside that, 'twas a pricket that the princess killed.
Sir Nathaniel, will you hear an extemporal epitaph on the death of the deer? And to humour the ignorant, call I the deer that the princess killed a pricket.
Purge, Master Hophanes, purge. So it shall please you to abrogate scurrility.
The prayerful princess pierced and pricked a pretty, pleasing pricket.
A rare talent.
If talent be a claw, look how he claws himself with his talent.
It's a gift that I have. Simple. A foolish, extravagant spirit, full of forms, figures, shapes, objects, ideas, apprehensions, emotions, revolutions, got in the memory, nourished in the womb, and delivered upon the mellowing of occasion.
Sir, I thank the Lord for you, and so will my parishioners, for their sons do well tutored by you, and their daughters profit greatly under you. You are a good member of the Commonwealth.
God give you good morrow. Good Master Parsons, be so good as to read me this letter. It was given me by Costard and sent me from Don Armado's. I beseech you, read it.
Under pardon, sir, what are the contents?
Aye, sir, and very learned.
Upon my soul, verses.
If love makes me forsworn, how shall I swear to love? Though to myself forsworn, to thee I'll faithful prove. Study his bias leaves, and makes his book thine eyes. If knowledge be the mark, to know thee shall suffice. All ignorant that they're all ignorant that thou seest thy
All ignorant that soul that sees thee without wonder.
all ignorant that soul that sees thee without wonder, which is to me some praise that I thy parts admire. Thy eye Jove's lightning bears, thy voice his dreadful thunder, which, not to anger bent, is music and sweet fire. Celestial as thou art, O pardon, love, this wrong that sings heaven's praise with such an earthly tongue.
You find not the apostrophes and so miss the accent. But Demoiselle Virgin, was this directed to you?
Aye, from one Monsieur Biron, one of the strange Queen's lords.
I will overglance the superscript. To the snow white hand of the most beauteous Lady Rosaline. Your ladyships in all desired employment, Biron. Sir Nathaniel, this Biron is one of the votaries with the king, and here he hath framed a letter to a sequent of the stranger queens, which, accidentally or by way of progression, hath miscarried. Trip and go, my sweet. Deliver this paper into the royal hand of the king. It may concern much. Stay not thy compliment. I forgive thy duty. Adieu.
Good Costa, go with me. Sir, God save your life. Have with thee, my girl.
Sir, you have done this in the fear of God, most religiously. And as a certain father said...
Sir, tell me not of the father. But to return to the verses, did they please you, Sir Nathaniel?
Oh, marvellous to the pen.
I dined today at the father's of a certain pupil of mine, whereif, before repast, it shall please you to gratify the table with a grace, I will prove those verses to be very unlearned, neither savouring of poetry, wit, nor invention. I beseech your company.
And I thank you too. For society, saith the text, is the happiness of life.
And certes, the text most infallibly concludes it. Sir, I do invite you too. Now you shall not say me nay. Away.
Well, I do nothing in the world but lie, and lie in my throat. By heaven, I do love, and it hath taught me to rhyme, and to be melancholy. Here is past my rhyme, and here is my melancholy. She hath one of my sonnets already. The clown bore it, the fool sent it. Ah, the lady hath it. Sweet clown, sweeter fool, sweetest lady. By the world, I would not care a pin if the other three were in. Here comes one with the paper. God give him grace to groan.
Ay me.
Shot by heaven, sweet Cupid, thou hast thumped him with that bird bolt under the left pat. In faith, secrets.
So sweet a kiss the golden sun gives not to those fresh morning drops upon the rose, as thy eye beams, when their fresh rays have smote the night of dew that on my cheeks down flows. O Queen of Queens, how far dost thou excel? No thought can think, nor tongue of mortal tell. How shall she know my griefs? I'll drop the paper. Sweet leaves. Shade folly. Who is he comes here? What? Longueville and reading. Listen here.
Ay me. I am forsworn.
In love, I hope. Sweet fellowship of shame.
One drunkard loves another of the name.
I fear these stubborn lines lack power to move. O sweet Maria, empress of my love. A woman I forswore, but I will prove, thou being a goddess, I forswore not thee. My vow was earthly, thou a heavenly love. Thy grace being gained cures all disgrace in me. Vows are but breath, and breath a vapour is. Then thou, fair sun, which on my earth doth shine, exhalest this vapour bow. In thee it is. If broken then, it is no fault of mine. If by me broke, what fool is not so wise to lose an oath to win a paradise?
This is pure idolatry. God amend us, God amend. We are much out of the way.
By whom shall I send this? Company, stay.
All hid, an old infant's play. Like a demigod here sit I, and wretched fools secrets I. Domain transformed, are 4 woodcocks in a dish.
Oh, most divine Kate,
A most profound coxcomb.
by heaven, the wonder in a mortal eye.
By earth she is not corporal, there you lie.
As upright as the cedar,
Oh, stoop I say, her shoulder is with child.
as fair as day.
Aye, as some days. But then no sun must shine.
Oh, that I had my wish.
And I had mine.
And I mine too. Good Lord.
Amen, so I had mine.
Once more, I'll read the ode that I have writ.
Once more I'll mark how love can vary wit.
On a day, alack, the day, love, whose month is ever May, spied a blossom, passing fair, playing in the wanton air. Through the velvet leaves, the wind, all unseen, will passage find. This will I send, and something else, more plain, that shall express my true love's fasting pain. Would the king, Biron, and Longueville were lovers too. Ill, to example ill, would from my forehead wipe a perjured note, and none offend where all alike do dote.
Dumaine, thy love is far from charity. You may look pale, but I should blush, I know, to be o'erheard and taken napping so.
Come, sir, you chided him, offending twice as much. I marked you both, for you both did blush. I heard your rhymes, observed your fashion, saw sighs from you, and noted your passion. You would for paradise break faith. What will be wrong say when he hears faith so infringed? With such zeal did swear. How will he scorn? How will he spend his wit? How will he triumph, leap, and laugh at it? I would not have him know so much by me.
Now step I forth to whip hypocrisy. Ah, good my liege, I pray thee, pardon me. What grace hast thou thus to reprove these worms for loving, when thou art most in love? Nay, are you not ashamed? Nay, are you not, to be thus much o'ershot? What a scene of foolery I have seen, of sighs, of groans, sorrow, and of teen. Oh, with what strict patience have I sat to see a king transformed into a gnat.
Too bitter thy jest. Are we thus betrayed to thy overview?
Not you to me, but I betrayed by you. I that am honest. I that hold it sin to break the vow that I am engaged in. When do you... I am betrayed by keeping company of such men of inconstancy. When shall you see me write a thing in rhyme, or groan for love? When shall you see me praise a hand, a foot, a face, an eye, a gait, a state, a leg, a limb, a breast, a brow, a foot?
Soft. Whither away so fast? Be it a true man or thief that gallops so?
God bless the king.
What present hast thou there?
Some certain treason.
What makes treason here?
Nay, it makes nothing, sir.
Oh, if it mar nothing neither, then the treason and you go away in peace together.
I beseech your grace, let this letter be read. Our parson misdoubts it. 'Twas treason, he said.
Read it o'er, Huron. Where hadst thou it?
Of Costard.
Where hadst thou it?
Of Don Adromadario.
How now? What is in you? Why dost thou tear it?
A toy, my liege, a toy. Thou needst not fear it.
It did move him to passion, and therefore let's hear it.
It is Biron's writing. And here is his name.
You whoreson loggerhead! You were born to do me shame. Guilty, my lord, guilty. I confess.
What?
That you three fools, like me fool, to make up the mess. He, and you, my liege, and you, and I. Our pick purses in love, and we deserve to die. Dismiss this audience, and I shall tell you more.
Now the number is even.
True, we are 4. Will these turtles not be gone?
Hence, sirs, away.
Walk aside the true folk and let the traitors stay.
What? Did these rent lines show some love of thine?
Who sees the heavenly Rosaline, and is not struck, that bows not his vassal head, and, struck blind, kisses the baser ground? Who gazes upon the heavenly brow, and is not blinded by her majesty?
What zeal hath inspired thee now? My love, her mistress, is a gracious moon. She, an attendant star, scarce seen a light.
My eyes are then no eyes, nor I be wrong. For my love, day would turn to night.
By heavens, thy love is black as ebony.
To look like her, a chimney sweeper's black.
And since her timer, colliers counted bright.
And fair Ethiops of their sweet complexions crack.
Dark needs no candles now, for dark is light.
Your mistresses dare never come in rain, for fear their colours should be washed away.
'Twere good yours did, for, to tell you plain, I'll see a fairer face not washed today.
I'll prove her fair, or talk till doomsday here.
No devil will fright thee then so much as she.
I never knew man hold vile stuff so dear.
Look, here's thy love, my foot and her face see.
Oh, if the streets were paved with thine eyes, Her feet were much too dainty for such tread.
Oh, vile. And as she goes, what upward lies the street should see as she walked overhead.
But what of this? Are we not all in love?
Nothing so sure, and thereby all forsworn.
Then stop this chat, and good be wrong. Prove our loving lawful, and our faith not torn.
Hey, marry there, some flattery for this evil.
Oh, some authority, how to proceed. Some tricks, some quillets, how to cheat the devil.
Some salve for perjury.
'Tis more than need. Have at you, and consider what we first did swear unto, to fast, to study, and to see no woman. Flat treason against the kingly state of youth. And in that vow we have forsworn our books. For when would you, my liege, or you, have found love? First learned in a lady's eyes, lives not alone immured in the brain, but courses as swift as thought in every power, and gives to every power a double power. It adds a precious scene to the eye. A lover's eye will gaze an eagle blind. A lover's ear will hear the lowest sound. Love's feeling is more soft and sensible than are the tender horns of a cockled snail. As for valour, is love not a Hercules? And when love speaks, the voice of all the gods make heaven drowsy with the harmony. From women's eyes, this doctrine I derive. They are the arts, the books, the academies, that show, contain, and nourish all the world. Then fools you were, these women to forswear, or, keeping what is sworn, you will prove fools. Let us lose our oaths to find ourselves, or else we lose ourselves to keep our oaths.
Saint Cupid, then, and soldiers to the field!
Advance your standards, and upon them, lords!
Are we resolved to woo these girls of France?
And win them too, therefore, let us devise some entertainment for them in their tents.
First, from the park, let us conduct them thither.
Yes.
We will with some strange pastime solace them, such as the shortness of the time can shape, for revels, dances,
Yes.
masks, and merry hours for unfair love, strewing her way with flowers.
Away, away! Let no time be omitted that will betime and may, by us, be fitted.
Hey.
Lovely people, we shall have some intermission.
Rolling? Yep.
Action. I thank the Lord for you, sir. Your reasons at dinner were sharp and sententious. Pleasant, with of scurrility. Witty without affection, and audacious without impudency. Learned without opinion, and strange without heresy. Now I did converse with the companions of the kings. One unsettled, nominated or called Don Adriano de Amado.
His discourse peremptory, his tongue filed, his eye ambitious, his gait majestical, his general behaviour vain, ridiculous, thrasonical. He's too picked, too spruce, too affected, too odd, as it were, too peregrinate, as I may call it.
A singular and most choice epithet.
He draweth out the thread of his verbosity finer than the staple of his argument. I abhor such fanatical fantasines, such insociable and point device companions.
Ah, men of peace, so well encountered.
Most military, sir, salutation.
They've been the great feast of language and stolen the scraps.
Oh, they've lived long on the alms basket of words.
Peace, now the peal begins.
Monsieur, are you not lettered?
Yes, he teaches the boys the horn book. What is A-B spelled backward with the horn on his head?
Bar, Perkia, with a horn added.
Bah, most silly sheep with a horn. He here is learning.
Qui, thou consonant?
The third of the 5 vowels, if you repeat them, or the fifth, if I.
I will repeat them. A, E, I.
The sheep. The other two concludes it. Oh, you!
Ah! Now by the salt wave of the Mediterranean, a sweet venue of wit. Oh, it's this sweet, pleasant touch, a snip-snap quick and home. Oh, it delights my intellect, a true wit.
Offered by a child to an old man, which is wit old.
Thou disputest like an infant. Go with thy gig.
Lend me your horn to make one, and I will whip about your infamy circumcirca, a gig of a cockle's horn.
And I had but 1 penny in the world, thou shouldst have it to buy gingerbread. Hold, there is the very remuneration I had of thy master, thou halfpenny purse of wit, thou pigeon egg of discretion. Oh, and heaven were so pleased that thou wert but my bastard. What a joyful father wouldst thou make of me.
Oh, I smell false Latin.
Oh, artsman, do you not educate the youth at the charge house on the top of the mountain?
On Mons, the hill.
Oh, for your sweet pleasure for the mountain.
I do. Sans question.
Ah, it is the king's most sweet pleasure and affection to congratulate the princess at her pavilion in the posteriors of this day, which the multitude call the afternoon.
The posterior of the day. Most generous, sir, is liable, congruent, and measurable for the afternoon. I do assure you, sir. I do assure.
Sir, the king is a noble gentleman, and I do assure you, my familiar, very good friend. I must tell you, It is his sweet grace pleasure sometime by the world to lean upon my poor shoulder, and with his royal finger thus play with my mustachio. But let that pass. I recount no fable. Some certain special honours his greatness doth impart to Amado, a soldier, a man of travel, who hath seen the world. But let that pass. The order of all is that the king would have me present the princess with some delightful ostentation, or antique, or show, or pageant, or firework. Now, understanding that the curate and your sweet self are good at such eruptions and sudden breaking out of mirth, I crave your assistance.
Sir, you shall present before her the 9 worthies. Sir, concerning some entertainment of time, some show in the posterior of the day, to be rendered by our assistants, at the king's command, and this most gallant, illustrious, and learned gentleman before the princess. I say none so fit as to present the 9 worthies.
But where will you find men worthy enough to present them?
Joshua, yourself, this gallant gentleman Hector, myself, Judas Maccabeus. The swain, because of his long limb or joint, shall pass Pompey the Great. And the page, Hercules.
Pardon, sir, error. He is not quantity enough for that worthy's thumb. He is not so big as the end of his club.
Ha! Shall I have audience? He shall present Hercules in minority. His enter and exit shall be strangling a snake, and I will bring an apology for this purpose.
An excellent device, so if any of the audience hiss, you may cry, "Well done, Hercules, now thou crushest the snake."
For the rest of the worthies,
I will play 3 myself.
Thrice worthy gentlemen.
Dear good Mandel, thou hast spoken no word all this while.
No understood none neither, sir.
Along, we will employ thee.
I'll make one in the dance, sir. Or I could play the support to the worthies, and let them dance the hay.
Most dull, honest dull. To our sport. Away!
Sweethearts, we shall be rich ere we depart. Look what I have from the loving king.
Madame, came nothing else along with that?
Nothing but this, as much loving rhyme as could be writ on a sheet of paper, crammed, writ on both sides.
That were the way to make his godhead wax. For he hath been 5,000 years a boy.
But
Rosaline, you have a favour too. What was it and who sent it?
I would you knew. And if my face were but as fair as yours, my favour were as great. Be witness this. Nay,
Ooh!
I have verses too.
Oh!
I thank Biron. The number's true, and were the numbering too. I were the fairest goddess on the ground.
Ooh!
I am compared to 20,000 fairs. He hath drawn my picture in his letter.
Anything like.
Much in the letters, nothing in the praise.
Beauteous as ink. A good conclusion.
Let me not die your debtor. My retiminical, my golden letter. Oh, that your face were not so full of O's.
Oh. Oh. Now, Catherine, what was sent to you by the fair domain?
Madame, this glove.
Did he not send you two?
Yes, madame. And moreover, some 1,000 verses of a faithful lover. A huge translation of hypocrisy, vilely compiled, profound simplicity. This, and these pearls to be sent Longueville. But the letter's too long by half a mile.
Oh, we are wise girls to mock our lovers so.
They are worse fools to purchase mocking so. That same Biron I'll torture ere I go. All that I knew he were but in by the week. How I would make him fawn and beg and seek and wait the season and observe the times and spend his prodigal wits on bootless rhymes and shape his service wholly to my hests and make him proud to make me proud that jests. So masterly would I sway his state that he should be my fool and I his fate.
None are so surely caught as wit turned fool.
Oh, I am stabbed with laughter. Why is our grace? Oh.
Thy news, boyo.
Prepare, madam, prepare. Arm, wenches, arm, and countess mounted against your peace. Love doth approach disguised, armed in arguments. You'll be surprised. Muster your wits and stand in your own defence. Or hide your heads like cowards and fly hence.
Saint Dennis to Saint Cupid? Who are they that charge their breath against us?
Under the cool shade of a sycamore, I thought to close mine eyes some half an hour, when lo, to interrupt my purpose rest, toward that shade I might hold address, the king and his companions. Warily I stole into a neighbour thicket by, where I overheard what you shall overhear, that, by and by, disguised, they will be here.
What? Come they to visit us?
They do, and are apparelled thus, like Muscovites, or Russians, as I guess. Their purpose is to parley, to court and dance, and every one his love feat will advance to his several mistress, which he will know by favour several which he did bestow.
Will he so? The gallants shall be tasked, for ladies, we shall be masked. Not a man should have the grace to see a lady's face. Oh, Rosaline, take this favour thee shall wear, and so the king shall take thee for his dear. Give me thine, So Biron shall take me
For Rosaline.
Oh, change your favours too, so shall your lovers woo. Contrary, deceived by these removes. Oh,
Come on then. We're the favours most in sight.
But in this changing, what is your intent?
to cross theirs. They do it in mocking merriment and mock for mock is my only intent.
But shall we dance if they desire to it?
No! To the death! We shall not move a foot. And to their pen speeches each turn away their face.
Why, that contempt will quite kill the speaker's heart and quite divorce his memory from his part.
Therefore I do it. And I make no doubt the rest will ne'er come in if he be out. So, shall we? There's no such sport as sport by sport overthrown. So, shall we stay mocking intended game, and they, well mocked, depart away with shame? Be masked. The maskers are coming.
All hail the richest beauties on earth.
Beauty's no richer than taffeta.
A holy parcel of the fairest dames. That ever turn their backs to mortal views?
The eyes, villain, the eyes!
That ever turn their eyes to mortal views? Out?
True. Out indeed.
Out of your heavenly spirits, vouchsafe not to behold,
What to behold, rogue?
once to behold with your sunbeamed eyes,
They will not answer to that epithet. You'll best call it daughter-beamed eyes.
They do not mark me. That brings me out.
This is your perfectness? Begone, you rogue!
What would these strangers know their minds, boy? If they do speak our language, 'tis our will that some plain man make out their purpose. Know what they would.
What would you with the princess?
Nothing but peace and gentle visitation.
What would they? Say they?
Nothing but peace and gentle visitation.
Why? That they have. And so bid them be gone.
She says you have it, and so you may be gone.
There to her, we have measured many miles to tread a measure with her on this grass.
They say they have measured many a mile to tread a measure with you on this grass.
It is not so. Ask them, how many inches is in 1 mile? If they have measured many, the measure then of 1 is easily told.
If to come hither you have measured miles and many miles, the princess bids you. How many inches doth fill up 1 mile?
Tell her we measure them by very steps.
She hears herself.
How many weary steps of many weary miles you have all gone, are numbered in the travel of 1 mile.
We never
nothing that we spend for you. Vouchsafe to see the sunshine of your eyes.
My face is but a moon, and clouded too.
Blessed are such clouds to do as such clouds do. Vouchsafe, bright moon, and these thy attendant stars to shine, these clouds removed upon our watery eyne.
Oh, vain petitioner, beg a greater matter. Thou now request but moonshine in the water.
Vouchsafe then but one change. Thou bidst me beg. This begging is not strange.
Play music then. Nay, you must do it soon. That's change I like the moon. Since you are strangers and come here by chance, will not be nice. Take hands. We will not dance.
Why take the hands then?
Only to part friends, curtsy sweethearts, and so the measure ends.
Oh, more measure of this measure. Be not nice.
Oh, we can afford no more at such a price.
Prize you yourself. What buys your company?
Your absence only.
That can never be.
And so cannot we be bought. And so adieu, twice to your visor, and half once to you.
If you deny to dance, let's hold more chat.
In private, then?
I am best pleased with that.
Right-handed lady, one sweet word with thee.
Milk, sugar, and honey. There are 3.
One word in secret.
Ooh, let it not be sweet.
Thou grievest my gall.
Gall, bitter.
Oh, therefore meat.
Ooh.
Will you vouchsafe with me to change a word?
Name it.
Fair lady.
Say you so fair, lord. How happy your fair lady.
Please it you, as much in private as did it you.
What was your vizard made without a tongue?
I know the reason, lady, why you ask.
Oh, for your reason. Quickly, sir, I long.
You have a double tongue within your mask, and would afford my speechless vizard half.
Veal, quoth the Dutchman. Is not veal a calf?
Aha, fair lady.
No, a fair lord calf.
One word in private with you ere I die.
Bleat softly then, the butcher hears your cry.
The tongues of mocking wenches, as keen as a razor's edge, is invisible, cutting as small a hair that may be seen. Their conceit's wings are fleeter than arrows, bullets, wind, or thought.
Not one word more, my maids! Break off! Break off!
All dry beaten, pure Scotch.
Farewell, adventures! You have simple bits!
20 adieux, my frozen Muscovite! Are these the breed of wits so wondered at?
Handles they are, which your sweet breath puffs out. Well-liking wits they have. Gross, fat.
Oh, poverty and wit, will they but in visor never show their faces? This pert Biron was out of countenance, quite.
Oh, they were all in lamentable cases. The king was weeping ripe for a good word.
This Biron did swear himself out of all suit.
And Germain was at my service, and his sword. No point quoth I. My servant straight was mute.
Lord Longaville said, I came o'er his heart. Oh, but will you hear? The king is my love swan.
Ooh! And quick Biron hath plighted faith to me.
And Longaville is from my service born.
And Germain is mine, as sure as bark on a tree.
Madame and pretty mistresses, give ear. Immediately they will again be here in their own shape, for it can never be they will digest this harsh indignity.
What? Will they return?
They will, God knows, and leap for joy, though they are lame with blows. Therefore, change favours, and when they repair, blow like sweet roses in this summer air.
What will we do if they return in their own shapes to woo?
Good madame, if by kneel be advised, let's mock them still, as well known as disguise. Let us complain what fools were here, disguised as Muscovites in shapeless gear, and wonder what they were and to what end their shallow shows and prologue vilely pens.
Shh! Let us withdraw. The gallants are at hand.
Fair sir, where's the princess?
Gone to her tent. Please it, your majesty, command me any service to her.
That she vouchsafe me but one word.
I will, sir. And so will she. I know, my lord.
This fellow pecks up wit as pigeons peas, and utters them again as God doth please.
Our king carved to and list, why, this is he that kissed his hand away in courtesy.
And consciences that will not die in debt, pay him the due of honey-tongued boyette.
A blister on his sweet tongue with my heart that put a murder's page out of his part. All hail, fair princess, and a fair time of day.
Fair in all hail is foul, as I conceive.
Construe my speeches better, if you may.
Then wish me better. I will give thee leave.
We have come to visit you, and purpose now to lead you to our court. Vouchsafe it then.
This field shall hold me, and so hold your vow. Neither God nor I delights in perjured men.
Rebuke me not for that which you provoke. The virtue of thine eye must break my oath.
Now, by my maiden honour, I protest. Should I endure a world of torments, I would not yield to be your house's guest. So much I hate to be the cause of breaking heavenly oaths.
Oh, you have lived in desolation here, unseen, unvisited, much to our shame.
Oh, it is not so, my lord. Not so, I swear. We have had pastimes and pleasant games. A mess of Russians left us, but of late.
How many Russians?
Aye, in truth, my lord, full of courtship and state.
Madam, speak true. It is not so, my lord. My lady, to the manner of the days, in courtesy, gives undeserving praise. We four indeed confronted were with foreign Russian habit. Here they stayed an hour and talked apace. And in that hour, my lord, they did not bless us with one happy word. I dare not call them fools, but this I think, when they are thirsty, fools would fain have drink.
This jest is dry to me.
Which of the vizards was it that you wore?
Where? When? What vizard? Why ask you this?
There! Then that vizard, that superfluous case that hid the worse and showed the better face.
We are described. Thou mock us now downright.
Let us confess and turn it to a jest.
Why looks your highness so sad?
Help! Hold his brow, he'll swoon. Why looks he pale? Seasick, I think. Coming from Muscovy.
Just pour the stars down. Plagues for perjury. Can any face of brass hold longer out? Here stand I, lady. Dart thy skill at me. Bruise me with scorn. Thrust thy sharp wit quite through my ignorance. Cut me to pieces with thy keen conceit. Never will I ask thee more to dance, nor never more in Russian habit wait. Never will I trust to speeches penned, nor to woo in schoolboy's tongue, nor woo in rhyme. I do forswear them, and henceforth my wooing mind shall be expressed in russet yeas and honest noes. To begin, wench, my love to thee is sound, sans crack or flaw.
Sans, I pray you.
Bear with me, I am sick. They have the plague, and caught it of your eyes. These lords are visited. You are not free, for the Lord's tokens on you do I see.
These are free. Those that gave these tokens to us are free.
Our states are forfeit. Seek not to undo us.
Oh, it is not so. For how can it be true that you stand forfeit, being those that sue?
Peace, I will not have do with you.
Oh, nor shall not, if I do as I intend.
Speak for yourselves. My wit is at an end.
Madam, for our rude transgressions, teach us some fair excuse.
The fairest is confession. Were you not, but here even now disguised?
Madam, I was.
And were you well advised?
I was, madam.
And what did you whisper in your lady's ear?
That more than all the world I did respect her.
When she shall challenge this, you will deny her.
Upon mine honour, no.
Peace, forbear. Your oath once broke, you force not to forswear.
Despise me then when I break this oath of mine.
I will, so keep it. Rosaline, what did the Russian whisper in your ear?
Madame, he swore that he did hold me dear as precious eyesight, and did value me above this world, adding thereto moreover, that he would wed me, or else die my lover.
Ah, the good Lord give him joy. The noble Lord doth unhold his word.
What say you? I swear I never swore this lady such an oath.
By heaven you did, and to confirm it plain, you gave me this. But take it, sir, again.
This? The princess I did give, I knew her by the jewel on her sleeve.
Oh, pardon me, sir. This jewel did she wear on her sleeve? Ah, and I thank Lord be wrong. What will you have? Me or your pearl again?
Neither of either. I remit both. I see the trick. Knowing aforehand of our merriment, and to make a sport of our comedy, the ladies did change favours.
Oops.
And we, following the signs, woo but the sign of she. We are again forsworn in will and error. Much upon this it is. And might not you forestall our sport? You put our page out. Go, you are allowed. Die when you will. A smock shall be your shroud. There's an eye wound like a leaden sword.
Welcome, pure wit. Thou partest a fair fray.
Oh, Lord, sir, they would know whether the three worthies shall come in or no?
What, are there but three?
Oh, no, sir, but it is very fine, for each one presents three.
And 3 times thrice is 9?
Oh, Lord, sir, the parties themselves, the actors, sir, will show whereuntil it doth amount. For mine own part, I am, as they say, to present one man in one poor man, Pompeion the Great.
Art thou one of the worthies?
It pleased them to think me worthy of Pompeion the Great. For mine own part, I know not the degree of the worthy, but I am to stand for him.
Go, bid them prepare.
We will turn it finely off, sir. We will take some care.
Be wrong. They will shame us. I say they shall not come.
We are shame-proof, my lord. 'Twere good to have one sport worse than the king and his company.
I say they shall not come.
Sir, let me overrule you now. That sport best pleases that doth least know how.
A right description of our sport, my lord.
Anointed, I implore so much expense of thy royal sweet breath, as will encompass a brace of words.
Doth this man serve God?
Why ask you?
He sounds not like a man of God's making.
The all of all is... That is all one, my fair, sweet honey monarch, for I protest, the schoolmaster is exceeding fantastical, too vain, too vain, but we shall, as they say, fortuna de la guerre. I wish you the peace of mind, most royal couplement.
Here is like to be a good presence of worthies. He presents Hector of Troy, the swain Pompey the Great, the parish curate Alexander, Armado's page Hercules, the pedant Judas Maccabeus. And if these four worthies in their first show thrive, these four will change habits and present the other five.
There are 5 in the first show.
You are to see, 'tis not so.
The pedant, the braggart, the hedge priest, the fool, and the boy. Now, not
The ship is under sail, and here she comes, amain.
I, Pompey, am!
You lie. You are not he.
I, Pompey, am Pompey, surnamed the Big.
Correct.
It is great Pompey, surnamed the Great, that oft in field with targe and shields did make my foe to sweat. And now, travelling along this coast, I come to lay my arms before the legs of this sweet laughing prince. Your ladyship would say, thanks, Pompey, I had done.
Great thanks. Great Pompey.
Tis not so much worth, but I hope I was perfect. I made a little fault in great.
My hat to a halfpenny. Pompey proves the best worthy.
Hey.
When in the world I lived, I was the world's commander. By east, west, north and south, I spread my conquering might. My scutcheon plain declares that I am Alexander.
Your nose says no. Your not foot stands too right.
Your nose smells no in this most tender smelling night.
The conqueror is dismayed. Proceed, good Alexander.
When in the world I lived, I was the world's commander.
Most true. 'Tis right. You were so Alexander.
Pompey the Great,
Your servant and costard.
take away the conqueror. Take away Alexander.
Oh, sir, you've overthrown Alexander the Conqueror. You shall be scraped out of the painted cloth for this. A conqueror and feared to speak? Oh, run away, for shame, Alexander. There, and shall please you. A foolish, mild man, an honest man, look you, and soon dashed. He's a marvellous good neighbour, faith, and a very good bowler. But, alas, for Alexander, you see how it is, a little o'er parted. But, their wordies are coming will speak their mind in some other sort.
Stand aside. Good coffee.
Great Hercules is here presented by this imp, whose club slew Cerberus, that three-headed Canis. And when he was a child, a babe, a shrimp, thus did he strangle serpents in his Quodium, he seemeth in minority. Ergo, I come with this apology. Keep some state in thy exit and vanish. Judas, I am.
A Judas?
Not Iscariot, sir. Judas, I am, eclipsed Maccabeus.
Judas Maccabeus. Clipped is plain Judas.
The kissing traitor.
Judas, I am.
The more shame for you, Judas.
What mean you, sir?
To make Judas hang himself.
Well follows, Judas was hanged on an elder.
You will not put me out of countenance.
Why? Because thou hast no face?
Oh, what is this?
A sit-in head.
The head of a bodkin.
Death's face in a ring.
The face of an old Roman coin, scarce seen.
The bottle of Caesar's falchion.
A carved bone face and a flask.
St. George's cheek in a half brooch.
Aye, an approachable lead.
And now forward, for we have put thee in countenance.
You have put me out of countenance.
False, we have given thee faces.
But you have outfaced them all.
Therefore, as he is an ass, let him go. And so adieu, sweet Jude. Nay, why doth thou stay?
For the latter end of his name.
For the ass to the Jude. Give it him. Jude, ass, away.
This is not generous. Not gentle. Not humble.
Alight, Monsieur Judas. It grows dark. He may stumble.
Alas, poor Maccabeus, how hath he been baited?
Hide thy head, Achilles. Here comes Hector in arms.
But is this Hector?
I think Hector was not so clean-timbered.
His leg is too big for Hector's.
Aye, more calf, certain.
This cannot be Hector.
He is a god or a painter, for he makes faces.
The army-potent Mars of Lancers the Almighty gave Hector a gift.
Gilt nutmeg.
A lemon?
Stuck with clothes.
Nay, cloven.
Peace. The army-potent Mars of Lancers the Almighty gave Hector a gift. The heir of Ilion. A man so breathed, 'twas certain he would fight. Yea, from morn till night, out of his pavilion. I am that flower.
That mint.
That Columbine.
Oh, sweet Lord Longueville, rein thy tongue.
I must rather give it the rein, for it runs against Hector.
Aye, and Hector is a greyhound.
Oh, the sweet war man is dead and rotten. Sweet chucks, beat not the bones of the buried. When he breathed, he was a man. But I will forward with my device. Sweet royalty, bestow on me the sense of hearing?
Speak, brave Hector, we are much delighted.
I do adore thy sweet princess slippers.
He loves her by the foot.
He may not by the yard.
This Hector far surmounted Hannibal, and when
The party is gone, fellow Hector. She is gone. She is 2 months on her way.
What meanest thou?
Faith, unless you play the honest Troyan, the poor wench is cast away. She's quick. The child brags in her belly already. 'Tis yours.
Oh, dost thou infaminize me among potentates? Thou shalt die!
Then shall Hector be whipped for Jaquinetta that is quick by him, and hanged for Pompey that is dead by him.
Most rare Pompey.
Renowned Pompey.
Greater than great Pompey.
Hector trembles.
Stir them on, Pompey. Stir them on.
Hector will challenge him.
I do challenge thee by the North Pole!
I'll not fight with a pole, I'll do it by the sword. I betray you. Let me borrow my arms again.
Room for the incensed worthies.
I'll do it in my shirt.
Most resolute Pompey.
God save you, madam.
Mackay, but thou interrupts our merriment.
I'm sorry, madam, for the news I bring is heavy in my tongue. The king your father,
Dead. For my life.
even so. My tale is told.
The scene begins to cloud. Worthies, away.
How fares your majesty?
Prepare, Boye, we will away tonight.
Madam, I beseech you, stay.
I thank you, gracious lords, if over boldly we have borne ourselves in the converse of breath, your gentleness was guilty of it. Farewell, good lords. A heavy heart bears not a nimble tongue.
Let not, though the morning brow forbid the smiling courtesy of love, let not the cloud of sorrow jostle it from what it purposed. To wail friends lost is not by much so wholesome profitable as to rejoice in friends but newly found.
I understand you not. My griefs are double.
Honest, plain words best pierce the ear of grief, and by these badges understand the king. We have, for your fair sakes, ladies, we have played foul with our... For your fair sakes, we have neglected time, played foul with our oaths. Your beauty, ladies, hath much deformed us. Therefore, ladies, our love being yours, the error that love makes is likewise yours. We to ourselves prove false, by being once false forever, to be true to those who make us both. Fair ladies, you.
We have received your letters of love, your favours, the ambassadors of love, and rated them pleasant jests and courtesy. More devout than that in our respects we have not been, and therefore met your love like a merriment.
Our letters madame, showed much more than jest.
So did our looks.
We did not quote them so.
Now, at the latest minute of the hour, grant us your loves.
A time methinks too short to make a world without and bargain in. No, your grace is perjured much. So, this therefore shall you do for me. Go with speed to some forlorn and naked hermitage. There stay until the 12 celestial signs have brought about the annual reckoning. If this austere life changes not your offer made in the heat of flood, but bears the trial and lasts love, come, challenge me, and by this virgin palm, now kissing thine, I will be thine. Until this moment, until that instant also, I shall mourn my father's death. If this thou dost deny, that our hands part, neither entitled to the other's heart.
If this, or more than this, I would deny, the sudden hand of death close up mine eye.
But what to me, my love? What to me? A wife?
A beard, fair health, and honesty. With threefold love I wish you all these three.
Oh, shall I say, I thank you, gentle wife.
Not so, my lord. A 12-month and a day I'll mark no words that smooth-faced wooers say. Come when the king doth to my lady come. Then, if I have much love, I'll give you some.
I'll serve thee true and faithfully till then.
Yet swear not, lest ye be forsworn again.
What says Maria?
At 12 months' end, I will change my black gown for a faithful friend.
I will wait with patience, though the time is long.
Like you, few tall are so young.
Studies, my lady? Behold the window of my heart, mine eye. What humble suit attends thy answer there? Impose some service on me for thy love.
Oft have I heard of you, my lord Biron, before I saw you. And the world's broad tongue proclaims you for a man full of mocks that lie within the mercy of your wit. To weed this wormwood from your fruitful brain, and therewithal to win me, if you please, you shall, this 12-month term, from day to day, visit the speechless sick, and your task shall be, with all the fierce endeavour of your wit, to enforce the pained impotent to smile.
To move wild laughter in the throat of death? It cannot be. 'Tis impossible. Mirth cannot move a soul in agony.
Aye, and just prosperity lies in the ear of him that hears it, never in the tongue of him that makes it. Then, if sickly ears, deafed by the clamour of their own dear groans, will hear your idle scorns, continue then, and I will have you in that fault withal. But, if they will not, throw away that spirit, and I will find you empty of that fault, right joyful of your reformation.
A 12-month. Well, before what will befall. I'll jest a 12-month in a hospital.
Ay, my sweet lord, I bid thee farewell.
Madam, we shall see you on your way.
Our wooing doth not end like an old play. Jack hath not Jill. These ladies' courtesy may well have made our sport a comedy.
'Tis 12 months and a day, then 'twill end.
That's too long for a play. The words of Mercury are harsh after the songs of Apollo. You that way, we this way.
Don't fall over. No one is allowed to play games tonight. Oh, clapping. Lots of people clapping. Yeah, lovely. Oh, that was good. Yeah.
Tonight is happy birthday to you. Right, you know what could happen? Happy birthday to you. Hip hip! Hey! Hip hip! Hey! Hip hip! Hey! Where's the cake? There's a present. You're going to string it.